Let me begin the story by saying that Halloween was never my favorite time of year. I always hated being scared. My friends, on the other hand, always loved Halloween. They always found Halloween to be fun and entertaining. I can never understand how the concept of instilling fear in someone could be fun, let alone humane. One year, when I was in college, me and three of my friends decided to go to our local amusement park for their Halloween event. While I don't like Halloween, I do love amusement parks. My friend Garrett, who loves amusement parks as much as I do, has been to this event every year for the past 10 years and told me about how the lines for all my favorite attractions are always manageable during the day, but get extremely short when the haunted house is open at night. Our group stayed together for the majority of the day, that is, until my friends Garrett and Jack wanted to do some of the haunted houses. My best friend Sam decided to ride more rides with me. This was her first time at the park, and she wanted to ride as many rides as possible. We had to walk through those stupid scare zones where the dress up monsters can walk up to people and scare them at night to get to some of the rides we wanted to ride. Needless to say, I did not like walking through there at all. But it does not hold a candle to what was about to happen. We met up with Jack and Garrett at the end of the night. The park closed at midnight, but it was around 12:45 a.m. when we walked into the parking lot. All the other cars had practically driven off at that point, or they were about to exit the parking lot. As we were approaching our car, there was a man dressed in all black, and he walked up to Sam and creepily said, "Hey there, want to play hide and seek?" Why a grown man would want to play hide and seek with a strange girl at this time of night is beyond me. To that, she replied, "No, thank you." All four of us moved quickly into our car as we were about to get in. This man quickly jumps in front of Sam, trying to drag her away. Garrett, who was driving that day, while Sam rode in the second row behind him, knocked the man back into the ground. This bought us enough time to hurry up and get in our car and speed off. We're driving through a small Midwest town that the amusement park was located in on our way back to campus. We were driving through the cornfields when all of a sudden a pickup truck starts following us through the cornfields. He was trying to get us to pull over for reasons we don't know, and he chased us for a solid 30 minutes through the corn until we lost him. We had to stop for gas in order to ensure that we had enough to make it back to campus. Garrett gets out to fill up, and all of a sudden, a pickup truck with tinted windows pulls into the gas station and drives up and parks in front of us. Garrett was finished pumping gas and was putting the nozzle back into its holder. Jack, who was riding shotgun, had fallen asleep as it was about 1:30 a.m. Me and Sam were updating our family is that we had left the park and were heading back to our dorms. None of us saw what happened next. The pickup driver quickly ran out of his truck with a crowbar and smacked Garrett in the back of his head. knocking him out for sure. He smashed Sam's window with the crowbar, and he poked his head into the now broken car window and said, "Ready or not, here I come." It was that same guy from the amusement park. At this point, it was at this point where Sam fell back onto the car seat in shock and started kicking the man in the face, scream, and she exclaimed, "What part of no did you not understand?" The sound of the window was loud enough to wake up Jack in the front seat. Jack quickly pulled out his phone to call 911. Sam started kicking the man in the face. He managed to grab her leg and opened the door. I leap over to that side of the car and somehow managed to grab the crowbar as the man attempted to smack me with it. I stripped it from him and conversely I smack him upside the head with it. The man fell backwards. He hit the pump and he somehow managed to fall next to Garrett and not hit him. A few minutes go by and the police and EMS finally show up. Garrett and the man were taking it to the hospital in separate ambulances. We were all in shock, especially Sam. And the man was treated and convicted of all the crimes that he had committed. Garrett spent months in the hospital. Unfortunately, he never completely recovered. He had permanent brain damage and lost a lot of his cognitive functions. Sam was so shaken up, she had to be taken into a mental hospital, and she still has to go to counseling to help her cope with the incident. Unfortunately, our group did not stay together. Garrett was transported across the country so he could be with his family as he continues to get medical attention. Sam was hesitant to speak to anyone after the incident and did not trust anybody. Unfortunately, her therapy was not working. Jack became severely depressed, and just a few weeks later, on Halloween night, he walked out into the woods near our university and wasn't seen for days. One of his other friends initiated a search and rescue mission. He was found dead with a huge gash in his throat. Never in our wildest dreams would we have thought this one night at the amusement park Halloween haunt event would haunt us for life. I mentioned that I never liked Halloween to begin with, but needless to say, this night crushed any chances of me liking this disgusting holiday. And it made me hesitant to return to that amusement park in fear that this would happen again. This one night of fun turned into horror because one asshole attempted to abduct Sam. Had he succeeded, he would have done who knows what to her. I'm done with this disgusting holiday.